Hello. Welcome. Welcome back to InfDev and Yap. Please sit back, relax, and grab a snack. Let's play some. Put me on a side monitor. I want to go do some homework, or even just play along with me. Let's play. Let's go and play some Minecraft again. As we do every other day. And we World 1. There we are. Um, so so first off, is we have like decent chunks of wood. I was gonna give one of my friends a sneak peek, but my brain kind of forgot when we were playing Minecraft yesterday. I think to allude to what we're about to do over there, we're about to build our ship. We're about to build our ship. We're gonna be building our ship. That's why I needed a ton of that wood. That's why I also needed a ton of that wood. Oh. And let's go ahead and start by grabbing all of these. And it takes so long to grab all these. And I think, do we have anything else here? Nope, then we should be able to take a lot of these, and let's go on and make ourselves our ship. Our ship. I think this is probably way more than enough. So which means we're not gonna be making a massive ship. It's just gonna be large enough to, well, let's grab some temporary blocks and let's head out. And I'm not sure if I made this too loud. Oh, it looks like it might be. Alright, I'm going to be adjusting this as I go. I had to reinstall OBS due to browser sources not working. Which I think that, alright. Alright, I got some sulfur here. Alright, I think, as you can see, that is, still not done yet. That's not gonna be, it's not gonna be done for a while. That's like a massive project that'll take like a good long while. I've got that really nice area right there. So let's go ahead and start by building up to the surface, well, near the surface. Okay, I think the main part of this is the amount of... Alright, we just need this to... Alright. Okay, so first off, we're going to be needing this to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we have 5. So if we have it at alright, I think most of this is going to have to, well, I think we first gonna have to like make some of this. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and select that. Then we're gonna have to then we're going to go like oh. The sheep. Alright, sheep, can I ask for something real quick? This is for, this is kind of needed for... So now you're gonna despawn anytime anyways. So you're gonna be despawning anyways, so let me grab it while I have the chance. I'm gonna grab your cloth while I have the chance. Oh, there we go. That's 16 more, which is still not enough for what we needed to do. Keep forgetting that, like, this is what it looks like whenever we're walking on. Whenever you're walking on. You're on in third person. This is what it looks like, weirdly enough, and you're like at like how you can tell you're at like ocean level, I believe. Like floor at water level. Which is which I guess is like which I guess like oh place it's not. I don't think it's gonna be the most perfect boat ever, but still gonna be a boat nonetheless. This needs to. Will it set sail? Probably not. Listen, I'm not a boat maker. I don't make boats. I don't really make boats, to be fair. So like, so like that's just like so like boat making. I know is just like a concept that isn't really something that I'm good at. So like, oh my gosh. Let's go and go like that, and then we can go like that, just like that. And if we we did it. We taught it. We got it. All right, I think we have this here. Aren't we? And if we... Now what we need to do is let's take this and go ahead and utilize this. This might be a bit too tall. Just one more, and there we go. Alright, and now what we can do, now what we need to do is let's go ahead and start by getting a ton of planks. We're going to be needing a ton of these planks. Trust me, I know how to make a boat. I've made boats before in this game, but like, but was I ever really good at them? No, not really. But like, listen, we're here to have fun, right? We're here to completely have fun. Like, isn't that what we play Minecraft for, right? We're here to have fun, enjoy ourselves. If you're not here to play Minecraft to enjoy yourself, why are you playing? what this is going to do is we will eventually go out of our way to, well, I feel like I've messed something up. Something feels wrong about this boat the way it is currently. But I mean, like, currently we're just going to be... I used to be better at building when I was a kid, though. I'm not even gonna lie. I feel like I was better at building as a kid. But, like, I guess, like, it was also mainly... Alright. Oh my gosh. Okay. I think the next thing... I think, like, the only thing I can do is, well, let me... This, break this... And break all of these here. Because these are all its own thing. That I don't really need. What? Hey, come on. Come on. Just, break this. We need to break a ton of these. Actually, you cannot see this underwater for some reason. I think some of the other things that we're gonna do as well, right? Have any of y'all ever gotten so tired where your entire vision becomes, like, completely blurry? Um, if that's, I'm not sure if that's strange to ask, but I'm not sure if that's a strange thing to ask, but it's just like something that I'm curious about if anyone else has ever gets blurry vision from that. From merely just having a sleep issue, from merely having like a sleep skill issue, or at least that's what it's called, right? Actually, I'm joking. It's not called a sleep skill issue. I mean, technically, technically, like, I kind of oversleep, but like, my problem is that I tend to like sleep. I have like I sleep a bit too much. And like, it's weirdly something that's not even in my control. Like, as much as I wish it was in my control, it kinda isn't. Oh my goodness. Oh, we just, okay, now we should be able to. Boom, 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 and boom. Right, I think, yeah, that doesn't look too bad. This looks like shit. This looks so bad. This looks so bad. But I guess we continue on. But the show must go on. Who knows? Maybe it'll look better in the end. You never really know. I guess you never really know until you like truly go out of your way to do something. Alright, and I think if we go like that, and then... I will need to eventually light up my whole area, because, like, I always forget that that's, like, probably number one, that should be project number one. But for me, for some reason, it's never project number one, and it's always the last thing I do. Why? I don't really know, actually. Like... Okay, come on. I'm alive. Well, oh, fuck. Does that spider see me, or? I think it does. Well, darn. This is so bad. So bad. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. Whoops. I'm gonna break this. Like, break this. Break that. Okay. Okay, so while I was, so before this, like, one of my, younger siblings, decided to, decided to ask if he could watch, and I'm like, no, not today, man. But, like, because, like, for one, like, I don't like people watching me while I record. It kind of takes out the whole offline recording thing to me, like, and I tend to, like, I don't know, like, it feels like streaming with extra steps, if that makes sense. I'm kind of that person who, like, doesn't really enjoy streaming. Like, weirdly enough, I've tried streaming over years and years and just could never get into it. I don't know, I don't know if it's just me, right? Or if I'm just, oh my gosh, why do I keep placing that wrong? Alright, I guess so we're gonna go like that, and then we're gonna go like that, and then that. Alright. Which I think, like, a lot of this is... Oh my god. Ugh. Okay, it makes it hard to do anything here. Oh, come on. Come on. There we are. I think the next thing is we just start to slowly, I think, like, I think we should... Well, darn. I messed up a little. That's okay. But that's okay. Listen, that's okay. Listen, that's okay. We all have... Listen, that's okay. You mess up, that's okay. Just remember that you can always go and do it again. Because if you don't like something, you don't always have to redo it. It just but you can always redo it. If you don't, yeah, I think, like, that looks a little better. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go bam, and then bam. And then we're gonna go like, then bam, and bam. I think yesterday, like, my brother decided, like, he wanted to actually do one of the recordings for KMSBS2, and I told him that, like, hey, I kind of can't do it today. He's like, well, you gotta work around, like, what I gotta do, and I'm like, well, I also have things to do today, and I'm also not feeling quite up to par to do a recording. Like, I had to, like, explain to him that, like, hey, I'm not... Oh, and I think I should be able to break these. Like, and like, it's not really against him, to be fair, because like, to be honest, to be honest, like, I just didn't have the energy to like do much, like, which, by the way, having the energy is all part of it, cause like, look, we managed to work all the way through the night without having to go inside. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. That's pretty dang cool. I think the main thing, though, I need a bit. I gotta get one thing I'm going to do is probably. Oh, well, that was a lot of pigs that just dropped down. Hey, zombie, can you see me? Zombie, you can see me, right? Where the creeper? Hey, come here. Got it. Thank you for your. Thank you for your wool. Thank you. Thank you for your coat. And thank you for your coat. Absolutely wonderful. Thank you for your coat. Kind of need this if we're gonna be making a sale. So I'm going to be stealing this from you. Besides, you're only gonna despawn anyways, because like apparently I have object impermanence in this game, and if something exists for a brief moment, it will no longer exist again in the next 3 seconds. Just by merely turning away and not and walking for a little, you'll just disappear and never return again. Is it just me, or does plank supposed to like creak? I believe like aren't planks supposed to have like a creaking sound to them whenever, or am I losing my marbles? Cause like I thought I remember that, right? Cause like there's a lot of like there was. Yeah, that should be a decent amount of wool to at least get ourselves a sale. Get ourselves a decent size sale, maybe. I don't. How will we get on the ship? I have no idea, actually. I don't think ladders exist in this version. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take all of these and I'm gonna 32 sticks, and then I'm gonna. So I don't think ladders exist, do they? They do. They're really expensive, but they exist. Okay. I just had to make sure. I was unsure if ladders existed in this version. Well, sometimes sometimes my remembrance is kind of fuzzy. And I can tell you, I used to go out of my way to kind of like do that. I think like this should be a pretty decent amount of ladders. It'll allow us to like have like a ladder, like 2 ladders up. So that way you can access it via the. Oh, you can access the boat via ladder. What the heck, man? Why are all the pigs everywhere, man? Like, why are there so many pigs? I think that, I think Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out, like, the beach hut area. Like, I need to, like, redo a lot of the stuff from the beach hut. Oh, that is beautiful. Look at that. All that is, all that, like, so simplistic yet beautiful. Sometimes you just kind of gotta, like, go out of your way to realize that, like, some things are going to be beautiful, and you gotta, like, look at it. Like, even, like, here's the thing, right? I know a lot of people say separating art from artists, right? And obviously, like, okay, that's a thing. But to be honest, like, I still enjoy a lot of the, but like I don't like that saying. I do not like how that. I do not like that saying at all. It's like, cause like as an example, like I don't think it makes sense to say that most of the time anyways. Because like especially whenever an artist does something extremely heinous, which is insane, by the way. I don't know why they do that. Also, I hate water in this version so much. My only hatred is this water in this version. I hate the water in this version so bad. This is okay, but like, but yeah. After that point, like, I don't think it's really worth dealing with it. Like, I think like a lot of like, because like back whenever I was a kid, like I used to read Harry Potter, right? I absolutely loved Harry Potter, and and what devastated me the most was the fact that like the amount of hatred like some people can have is like depressing. Which is why I never really believed that separating the art from the artist was ever a good saying. In fact, I think it's probably the worst of sayings. I don't think you could, in fact, I don't think you could get me to dislike that saying anymore. Like, it's it's frustrating. It's just like, okay. It's like, okay, but like, why would you do this? Give me one solid reason to do that. You know, like there there shouldn't be a single reason at all. If you give me a reason, then you've just proven you're just proven my point that there shouldn't be a lot of reasonings. It's just like whenever it's just like if you talk about like politics, right? Like if you're gonna talk about politics, the moment you resort to name calling is the moment I view you as too immature for the conversation at hand. Cause like why are you name calling? Like it shows immaturity. It shows that you don't actually care and that you're just doing what you're told rather than actually thinking about something critically. If you want, like, I think like that's why I think politics should be more left up to, like, should be more educated about, like it's that one weird really niche thing that should have more education to it but doesn't. Um Though yet again, like I've also the which like I guess like I probably shouldn't get too far into it, but like I don't want to start like a war in the comments because of course because of my own views, because I can guarantee you that I don't match up with literally anybody on this planet. Like, and that's the funny part is is I don't is that like nobody really understands what I try to say. So like I'm always constantly misunderstood. And which I mean like I'm not saying that everyone is which I never said anyone is dumb at all. It's like that's not because like that's not what I try to preach either. What I'm saying is like if you're going to throw insults at somebody for a political view that doesn't make sense from the outside, and they don't understand it, that does not mean that they're an idiot. That just means that that just means they're either A, underinformed, or B, like if they don't want to hear it, because and there are some people who will actually go out of their way to tell you not to talk about it because they're too immature for it, because they recognize that. I think I've come across a couple people like that as well, which is good to hear, right? Like, cause like I do know that like politics is that one super heavy topic with a lot of people. It's just like, which just by talking about this, it's already gonna drop the video view. I can see this right now. So like, yeah, but that's still, that's still a thing. Like, cause like I used to watch, cause I used to like read Harry Potter as a kid, right? And that's kind of how I've gotten into like writing books, especially as a kid, right? And then and then I got encouragement from one of my teachers, and it was, and then eventually I just made my first ever short story, and in class because we had a creative writing assignment, and that's kind of how I fell in love with writing, and that's kind of like reasons I fell in love with writing. I especially reading stuff with like Rick Riordan and such, you know, like Edgar Allan Poe was another I really enjoyed. Um it's just like but like yeah, but like yeah, it's like but why would you support being against your own people though? Like like we're talking about being against your own kind. We're not even just talking about being against like specific people of your own kind. Like at that like at that point you're just still against your own kind no matter how you think about it. It's kind of disgusting, to be fair. In fact, more than just kinda, like why would you be against your own kind? What's the point? I don't. And if you say money and power, then clearly, then clearly those of you who think you're going to some form of enrichment in the end of life don't clearly know what you're talking about. Um, like, because I, because like apparent, because if you go to something like that for being the absolute biggest arsehole in history, then mm, then yeah, leave me. Then yeah, like okay, I think I'll stay banned from there. I think I'll stay banned from both ends of that, both the high and low. Still stay. I'll stay within my own part. I'll just be destroyed as I always. Like maybe, probably not. Probably won't be destroyed because of course I won't. Alright, I think we should have this down just like that. This may be a bit too much, I think. This feels like a bit too much up here. Yeah. Over here, that feels like a bit too much. I think we should be able to, well, pop this. But yeah, but even then, I still, as much as I enjoy Harry Potter, right, I still do enjoy it, but like, it's just hard not to look at. It's just hard not to look at all the things that's been done with that. Like, even though I don't really have the books currently as well, because, I haven't really had a lot of physical books in a long time. And the thing is with physical books versus like actual books is physical versus non-physical books. I kind of prefer physical, which is kind of why like I've always had a dream of like actually holding a book that had my writer's name on it, if that makes sense. Like I've always wanted to see my name on it, like on a book, and maybe then I'll feel like I've made it somewhere in life, if that makes sense. Like you still like some, but like I'm gonna tell people this who get discouraged from writing, even though even if you're even if the writer you looked up to as a kid like isn't what they seem to be, like I'm gonna hand some advice to you. Don't let that don't let it be too much. Don't let it dig at you as much as it should. Like continue on with what you enjoy doing, otherwise you're gonna end up in a really bad situation like I was. Because one of the things that I had to deal with, right, was my own guilt for even enjoying those books from the beginning, which by the way, would not recommend. I would not recommend. It causes a ton of issues later down the line, so please do. So please, for the love of everything, don't. Save yourself the time, the headache, and the pain, as it's probably better for you in the long run. Like, if you've always wanted to write a book, write that. Write that book. Write that book. You don't have inspiration, go find some. Like, I can promise you there's plenty of inspiration. I've looked all, like, I think, like, a lot of my, like, even if your inspo is the most basic of basic things, there's nothing wrong with it being basic. Like, everything is going to be a bit more basic than normal, but that's okay. That's okay. Like, you're never gonna have a perfect 100% to your idea. This might be a little too much. You know what? I wanted to move the dock anyway, so. Yeah, I guess that gives me a chance to move the dock now. But yeah, it's just, but yeah, I think, like, a lot of it is just, like, me not wanting. I think a lot of it is just, like, a lot of this is just, like, a lot of, like, I think, are we good, or, like, or am I gonna be, continuously, hunted by them? Well, I feel like actually, you know what, I might, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go like that. There we go. There we go. That looks good. Yeah, because, like, I mean, like, we only are gonna be docking that way anyway, so. I think the next thing up is we're gonna have to go out of our way to, well, make a ton of. Why does this feel familiar? Like, does anyone ever, like, feel like a situation feels kind of familiar? Because I was like building this, and I'm just like, then seeing the moon over there feels weirdly familiar. Like I'm like getting deja vu over here, over this, and it's boggling my head. You know, it's just like, oh, this feels oddly familiar. It's almost like I've been here before. Yeah, but like I'm still, but like yeah, you get where I'm, but yeah, like, but yeah, like let's get back into like building Minecraft. Let's keep building in Minecraft. We don't need to press some hard subjects here. Um, uh, but still, if you want to build, but still, if you want to make a book, go ahead and make that book. Who cares if it's bad? I'm not even gonna lie to you. Who cares if it's bad? You don't. Competition isn't really a thing anyways, so competition really isn't a thing, to be honest. Like, I think the competition isn't really a thing in, or at least not that or at least not in the same sense most people believe it to be. Like, especially in something like, writing books. I think if I put, like, this torch on the end, yeah, add a little extra bit there. Then what we can do is, let's go ahead and start by going like that. One thing I feel like a ship is usually pretty symmetrical, and it's this oddly enough feels like a weirdly familiar feeling. I I realized that, like, after a while that, like, some things just end up feeling familiar. You know, like, and it's probably like, oh, well, yeah, you've built this world before. Well, yeah, but even then it feels weird. Then it feels weird because, like, you feel like you remember doing this, right? You have done this before, right? However, some things feel weirdly familiar. Like they give like a weird, like they give like almost like that weird flashback, I guess, if you will. I don't know how else to put it. It's almost like a flashback. It's almost like a flashback, if you will. And you kind of just like have to like you kind of just have to like sit there for a minute and realize like and then realize like, wait, this feels familiar. Which and then you realize like, yeah. And then you realize like, oh yeah, like I was having a conversation familiar to this. Which is why it feels like deja vu suddenly. What am I gonna use for that? For that? use for that again? I think the main thing you know what, actually, I'll just use a ladder there. We're just gonna have a bit of we're just gonna play pretend there. It's not the best looking thing, but it's not the best look. It doesn't look the best, but it's honestly, so it's still good that we even have it to begin with. Whoops. Now, I think we're gonna go ahead and get some more torches and finish up the up and down area. Then we're gonna make some more torches. We also need to, which I need a ton of torches. We're gonna need a couple of torches, and then I'm going to. And then as soon as we have some torches, we're gonna make some more ladders, and then we should be good to go, I think. I also need to like redo a lot of these lighting things out here. So if we go and take some of these, I think that's pretty good. There we go. Stack of torches, looking very pleasant there. Very pleasant stack of torches. Now we're gonna quickly take some of these, place this, and then we're gonna which I think the next thing is we at least need. Yeah, we at least need 4 of these. Just to be safe, and we should be good to go and head back over there to finish that boat, which looks horrendous. But I guess here we are. Like, it looks horrendous right now. Yeah, that looks absolutely awful. If anyone's got any tips up for like boat building in this version, please do. Like, I've never been good at building boats in this version. It looks like a box. Oh, yeah, that reminds me, like, my Ark. That reminds me of me playing, like, Ark and such. Right? I used to play, like, a lot of Ark. In fact, I still do play a lot of Ark. Hey, alright. Awesome. Okay, so now that we have all this, we can then go like this. Amazing. Now we have this, which then we should be able to pop down here and... Let me attempt to at least make it to where it's somewhat... There we go. That should do it, I think. That should make it. Alright, yeah, then we can go up here and, well, now we have this absolutely the worst looking boat of all time. And honestly, I'm kind of all for it. It's funny. It's funny. It's something we can, like, it's something we can mess with later. But like, I think the fact that like 15 minutes already gone by from just building a boat is kind of interesting. Like, oh, yet again, like yet again because like I'm probably gonna end this pretty soon though, cause like I was like eventually I need to um make a video on KMSBS2. So like that way my brother just get like way too upset about it, right? Because we've been planning this for months, and then I had to like delay it a couple of times. He has to delay it, and then he's like, however, like he also's got to realize that like I'm not always up for everything, right? I'm kind of like because like I'm always used to walking a lonely road here, and out here like I usually just walk my I walk alone a lot of the time. I'm always usually doing things alone, so which is kind of why I'm probably just gonna like pop this off from here, right, and then call it a day. So I hope all of you have enjoyed for this day, as I am currently like I'm probably as currently like yeah, like I'm not going like I don't feel like doing the mast right now, and I still have to like do KMSBS 2 because like I've been way too excited for it, and we might as well at least get that done for the day. It's uh so like yeah, it's kind of like it's kind of like that one thing we've been trying to do for a long time, and just keep having issues. Like I think last time I kind of quit because because I needed to like go through a couple of issues, which is which does sometimes happen, by the way. And I think which I think now that we have that, which we should now be able to pop all of these back in here, go into here, put the ladders in here. And I'll probably I'll end up like popping it off, so it's gonna be a lot shorter of an episode today, so I hope you'll have enjoyed. If you do, please do, please, um, just please even just leave a comment, like, and talk about your day. We'll, maybe I'll even possibly give you a shout out in the next video as well, because like because I do love seeing comments, right? And I was like never really good at keeping on top of comments, right? Especially like as a kid, like because I started doing YouTube as a kid, so like so like I'm not sure, like so sometimes I fail to realize what I'm doing wrong here, but that's okay. We all have our issues, and we're not all gonna be good at everything. Mm. But yeah, I hope you all have a good day, and please do take care of yourself, and stay safe. All right. So goodbye.